Manigong bagong taon sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay nasa mabuti tayong kalagayan. Ngayon ay January 4, 2021. Welcome po sa first trading day of the year ng the stock market today. Ako po si Benji Chidoro, inviting you na samahan ninyo ako at sabay nating tignan ang pinaka-latest na balita mula sa PSE at ang resulta ng trading sa PSE. Lahat ng yan dito lamang sa January 4, 2021 edition ng the stock market today. Before anything else, may question po dito si Bunny. Bunny, I tried to reply in the YouTube platform pero hindi na save, no? Twice ko to ginawa. Anyway, Bunny's question is, alin po ang mas effective? Day trader or medium to long-term trading? Okay, that's a nice question. To answer your question, you can be any. Depende kung ano ang goals mo. So, some would be comfortable with day trading only kasi yun yung gusto nila, and some would prefer medium to long-term investing. Some would be both, no? So depende yan sa gusto mo, depende yan sa goals mo, depende yan sa hiling mo, depende yan sa style mo. So if you wanted to close your position at wala kang iwan ng position for the day, merong ano yan, pwede mong gawin yan. O some naman would hold it for long term, pwede rin yan. I suggest that you get the book of Jason Kam, and there's a chapter there, somewhere in almost the last chapter, which meron siyang evaluation questions on which you want. No? Pwede kang short term. Yung mga sagot doon can either result to you are more of a day trader, a swing trader, or a long-term investor. So, tignan mo yung book ni Jason Kam, yung the trading code. No? The trading code yung kanyang book. And it's a very good book for beginners, especially those who wanted to learn about the technical analysis or how to do technical analysis. Actually, there is no hard and fast rule. In my experience, I started out as a long-term investor. Bakit? Kasi meron akong day job And I didn't have time to watch the market. So when I retired, I started to accumulate my trading portfolio since meron na akong time to watch the market. Pero merong iba dyan na merong day job, they also do day trading. No? So depende yan talaga sa hiling mo. So right now, in my case, I now have two portfolios. No? The investment portfolio, or the stocks which I keep for the long term, and this includes dividend-paying stocks, and the other one is a trading portfolio or stocks which I keep for short-term trading. So you can do the same, pero there is no hard and fast rule. Depende nga yan kung ano yung goal mo o hiling mo. The investment portfolio which accumulated over the years is currently supporting my retirement because I earn passive income from it. So they include bonds, preferred shares, high-yielding investment stocks or dividend stocks, and other stocks which I hold for capital appreciation. Okay? So if you haven't tuned in yet or watched my video on the 10 highest paying dividend stocks in the PSE, you should watch that, no? To give you an idea on which stocks to buy. But walang hard and fast rule. You can be any. Depende dun sa hilig mo. Okay? Okay, so I hope I have answered your question. So now let's go to the plans of the PSE. So the PSE plans short selling program, new sector indices. Actually, last year pa ito pero hindi nila maplansya-plansya, no? So here, let's take a look at the article. The Philippine Stock Exchange plans to introduce new products in 2021, part to create an end-to-end digital experience for stakeholders. PSE President and Chief Executive Ramon Monson said that one of the new products is to launch the launch of short selling once some concerns from the market participants are cleared. Mr. Monson said that the PSE wants to address problems raised by foreign investors on securities borrowing and lending, or SBL, rules and regulations that will enable them to participate in the SBL program. Actually, SBL is securities borrowing and lending, pero Kung taga-bangko ka, ibang ibig sabihin ng SBL. Ang ibig sabihin ng SBL, ito yung single borrower's limit. Pero iba ito, no? Securities Borrowing and Lending Rules. Ang SBL or single borrowings limit is a rule of central bank wherein you limit a borrower based on how much your stockholders' equity is. So merong limit yan that you cannot lend to a client if it is more than a percentage of your capital. Pero here, this is different. Securities borrowing to it. So when you do short selling, you effectively lend securities to the seller. Okay? He said that items need regulatory clearance, namely the approval of the SEC on the PDTC to be a lending agent, the SEC's approval of identified offshore assets as collateral for foreign SBL participants, and the go-signal from the BIR for the use of Global Master Securities Lending Agreement for foreign participants instead of the local MSLA. So, define yung short selling as the sale of security that is now owned by the seller but will be settled by the delivery of borrowed securities. An investor can generate profit by selling borrowed securities at the time of higher prices when purchasing them at a lower price in the future. So, ang short selling is effectively allowing you to have a sell position. Kasi ngayon, buy lang or long position. Wherein you buy a security in the hope of prices rising on the stock. The price of the security rising. And then you sell when the price is already high. Yan yung long position or buy position. Pero yung short selling or sell position is that, ang view mo is that the price will fall. Okay? Babagsak yung price. So, position ka ngayon, you will sell the stock because you believe that the price of the stock will go down, and then you buy at the time when the prices are already in the bottom. So you sell at a higher price, buy at a lower price. So nauna yung sell. Sa long position, nauna yung buy. You buy at a lower price, sell at a higher. Sa short selling, sell at a higher, buy at a lower. So ganun siya. Okay, the new system will include 2 additional sector indices. So magdadagdag sila ng new sectors. They will reclassify the indices. That will increase the indices to 8. It will also reclassify the current industrial, services, and mining and oil sectors into more specific sectors, such as consumer, energy, and utilities, industrial, mining, and materials, and technology, media, and telecom. So these are the plans of the PSE for 2021. Pero sana bilisan na nila yung sa short selling, because matagal na ito More than 1 year na itong sinasabi ni PSE pero hindi matuloy-tuloy. Sana matuloy this year. Okay, so now let's take a look at how the PSE fared. Exciting ang 2021 natin, because there is a lot in store for us in 2021. Okay, so let's put up our indicators. So the PSE continues to move sideways. Ito siya, And since December, it has been moving. Natin yung gawa tayo ng trend line. Okay. So nasa 73,000 level ang kanyang resistance, And the support level is just here. 700, 7,100 is the support or whereabouts. Ngayon, yung when I talk about support and resistance, they are not exact points, So the Philippine Stock Exchange continues to move sideways. So let's take a look at the market activity. Okay, 124 companies advanced, 121 declined, while 36 remained unchanged. So the PSE gained 0.81% or 57.79 points up, but there was net foreign selling of 214 million. Now, as for the sectoral indices, all sectoral indices are positive except for the financials, which registered a decline of 0.53%. The gainers include mining at 3.85%, followed by properties at 2.02%. So now let's take a look at the most active stocks in the index. So now let's review DITO, Merrimart, ACEN, APL, BDO, PHA, RLC, TEL, NOW, and MEG. Now, some of these are your requested stocks. And let's get right to it. Let's start with DITO. Okay, look at that. DITO continues to move higher and it gained 19.45 points. So may magandang balita ba si DITO? Let's find out. So meron siyang backdoor listing which is already 2 months old. And it continues to move higher probably because of market sentiment. So this is the highest level that it has since inception. So ito na yung pinaka-highest level niya. Yan, no? Kasi dito nung April, tumaas siya ng 850 eh. Ngayon, it's 13.02. Now, I cannot place a resistance level because wala tayong historical basis eh. The highest is just ito, no? Nandito nung November 2019. That was the highest, I think. Yes, November 2019. Then after that, wala na. No? But I can, tingnan natin kung papaplot natin yung support level. Mga 11 yung nakikita kong support level. Pero very thin lang to ha. Very thin dahil merong resistance dito na naging support. At yung next candlestick ay yung opening price today. No? So yun lang ang aking pinaka-basis for the support level. Now, as for the movement of the stock, based on our indicators, all 3 indicators would indicate a bullish momentum. The RSI is already oversold. But let's take a look at the DMI. And DMI is 49, which is higher than 30, so the stock continues to move upwards. So kailangan lang meron kayong trailing stop dito when you trade the stock. Okay, next will be Merrimart. Okay, Merrimart. No, Merrimart had another breakout. Look at that. Yeah, no? Kasi the last resistance was here eh. Yan yung last resistance niya eh, 6.44. And now it had a breakout, no? And the breakout is supported by volume. Kasi bumagsak na siya eh. Oh? It has been consolidating for quite some time. So kung makikita nyo to, ito yung consolidation box niya o yung Darvas box. No? 6.44 yung kanyang resistance and 5.64 yung kanyang support. No? And then now it broke out. Now hopefully, if the volume will hold, continue pa yan. But if this is the highest point, can we figure out the resistance? Wala. No? This is the highest so far. So, kailangan lang meron tayong trailing stop dito, no? When you do our trades, no? Kaya konting ingat lang, no? Kasi although ang indicator natin is still moving up, ano ito, no? Maaring magkaroon ng what we call this consolidation before it would further move higher. Kasi masyado ng tingin ko dyan, no? Ang feel ko lang dito, wala naman akong basis, is that medyo mataas na yung stop. And the RSI is lower than that of the RSI here. No? So dito na 90.9 pero ngayon it broke the resistance level pero the RSI is just 81. So meron kang what you call a bearish divergence. Yan, meron kang bearish divergence. So ingat lang tayo dito. Kailangan kung nakabili tayo ng stock, meron tayong stop loss para sa stock na ito. Okay, next we have ACEN. Okay, ito pa rin. ACEN continues to move upwards. No? And again, this is probably the highest stock, the price since its inception. So lumilipad siya dahil ito, capital infusion and market sentiment lift AC energy. Tingnan na natin to. Let's take a look at this news. Kikita nyo ba? Hindi nyo nakikita ito eh. Anyway, sabi niya, the Ayala-led AC Energy Philippines ended the year on a high note amid sustained positive investor sentiments following the company's infusion of capital in its subsidiary to acquire potential project sites. Data from the Philippine Stock Exchange showed 123.14 million AC shares worth 1.2 billion exchange hands from December 28 to 29, making it the second most actively traded stock in the last trading week of 2020. So let's continue here. Local financial markets. Okay. In a separate email, Mercantile Securities Corp analyst Jeff Radley C. noted the positive sentiment surrounding the stock. So he says that AC Energy is a monster stock this year despite the pandemic hitting our country. The company made lots of efforts just to grow and create value in the firm. So there was a recent transaction of fully owned subsidiary Buendia Cristiana Holdings which helped fuel the stock's rise. Tapos meron pa siyang upcoming SRO, no? Stock rights offering. So that's our news for AC. Yeah, no? This is the highest that we have for the stock, and it has above average volume. So right now, ang makikita ko dito is yung pinakamalapit na support would be here, 7.41. Pero yung resistance, hindi ko ma-peg because this is the highest already. Tapos may net foreign buying pa siya. So kailangan lang tayo, ready tayo sa ating stop loss here. So if you will take a look also at the RSI, pantay lang siya or slightly better. No? So mukhang nagpipik, well, tingnan natin. Nagpipik lang siya. Naka-level lang siya. So mukhang nagpa-plateau na yung kanyang RSI, meaning that anytime soon the stock may consolidate. So that's it for ACEN. Then APL. Isa pa itong stock na ito, APL. Lumilipad siya. So nagkaroon siya ng brief consolidation here noong December 29. And then it continued to surge today, although the volume is lower. So again, let's see if there is we have a historical amount for this. Wala rin, ano? Mukhang this is the highest in so many years for APL. So again, just like DITO and Merrimart and ACEN, DITO and ACEN, ano lang tayo dito? No? Alalay lang tayo dito. Kailangan meron tayong trading stop if we are able to buy the stock at a lower level. So all our indicators would indicate that the stock is very bullish. Okay? So now let's take a look at BDO. Okay, BDO, nag-profit taking si BDO. So if you see the EMA 20 is just piercing through the candlesticks or right under the candlestick, which indicate consolidation. And there is still a bearish sentiment since the RSI is below the 50 level. No, nasa 47.67. Continuous lang yung kanyang sideways movement. And the support level is at 103.91, while the resistance, I would say, is here. 115.39. So yun lang yung ating mga areas that we have to consider for BDO. Then we have PHA. Okay, PHA, okay, breakout din to. No, breakout din to. So ito yung may backdoor listing, I think, ano? Ang nearest resistance to PHA, or nearest support rather, would be here. Kasi ito yung resistance na naging support eh. Itong area to. This one here. Resistance yan na naging support. So support is 117 and yung resistance niya, okay, medyo malayo na to, no? 2019 February. Pero siguro pwede natin gamitin yung ang nearest resistance niya I would say 145. Ito ang pinakamalapit. 144. Ang nearest resistance ni PHA. While the nearest support is at 117. So, humaharangkada pa rin siya. Pero just like any stock na nagsasurge, maaaring mag-pullback siya muna or bago tumuloy, or if the volume will hold, then diretso yan pataas and may retest the 1.44 area. Okay? Okay, RLC. Okay, RLC, just moving sideways, although this is a green candlestick, and I see the resistance level at 21.90, no? 21.90 to 22, yung kanyang resistance level. And the support would be nandito, 2045. So in the meantime, yan yung key levels ni RLC, and successive candlesticks are encouraging and may test the next resistance level at 21.90. Then next we have TEL. Okay, TEL. Meron siyang reverse hammer today. So it opened at the lower at 13.59 and moved up very high. Tingnan natin yung very long wick kasi ito eh. Natin yung 5 minute chart niya. Ayan, sa umpisa, nag-open siya dito, tapos nag-pick siya dito at 11.05 nang may high siya ng 13.91. Tapos nag-profit taking to settle now at 13.63. So balik natin sa 1 day. So right now, ang TEL continues to move sideways. Sideways movement siya. And if you'll ask me, it's a good time to buy TEL. No? Maganda siya mag-accumulate ngayon kasi napakamura nung stock eh. So if we will draw a Darbo's box, nag-accumulate. So if you are a long-term investor, good time to accumulate kasi nagko-consolidate lang si TEL. No? Okay. So dyan lang siya mag-move, no? Between this area of 1380, which is our resistance, and support is at 1327 or 1330. Okay? Next, let's take a look at Now. Okay, ang Now Corporation naman is, well, bearish sentiment naman to, no? Because we see our indicator, the 20-day exponential moving average, over the candlestick. At bearish sentiment yung candlestick, mga red candlestick siya. Although there is an apparent weakness already here dahil shorter yung candlestick niya dito. So tingin ko lang dyan is that the stock may continue to move sideways and will continue to test this, will test the support level of 1408. So kasi nung na-touch niya yung 1408 or 4 pala, nag-bounce siya. So itetest lang niya yung support level na yan. And it may also test the resistance level of 517. So that's my take for Now Corporation. And finally, we have MEG. Okay, sa MEG naman, okay, MEG continues to move higher, and if you will be drawing a trend line from here to here, yan siya. At tingnan nyo yung indicator natin, no? Yung 20-day EMA, pataas din and continues to move under the candlestick. Tapos RSI continues to move higher. So, yung trend niya is upwards. So, nag-test siya ng kanyang support level, or ito yung support niya, 4.02 yung support niya, and the nearest resistance that it will test would be here, 443. Yan, 441 yung nearest resistance ni MEG. So, abangan lang natin si MEG kasi MEG is a good company naman. Now, meron ako nito eh. And I have, my target price for MEG is actually 430. No, I bought it at 3 something. 315 or 316 yata ako nabili ito. So 430 ang target price ko dito. So nasa 441 yung nearest resistance niya. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market, January 4, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chodoro. Nagpapaalala, ang investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Sana'y maging masagana ang ating bagong taon para sa stock market at sa ating bansa at sa ating pamilya. See you again tomorrow at maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik.